I have always wanted to showcase this here mod, and I have no idea why it has taken me so dang long to do so. But better late than never, as they say. Star and Hast bring us Steampunk Don't Starve Together, or Steampunk DST. And with the mod itself comes new companions, awesome looking items, new weapons and armor, plus a tiny surprise. It's fun, fitting, not too out there, and very cool looking all around. So, let's discuss. And our journey through the what-if fantasy of a steampunk age within the constant flows through the mod's very own Gears tab. 10 new crafts await us, and each one offers a unique recipe, use, look, and feel. But let's just start at the top, shall we? The gear axe here will require you to already have begun your quest to become a lumberjack, and will ask you to throw in a single gear to give the tool a hefty upgrade. The gear axe may not gain efficacy over a normal one, however, not only does it boast just below 430 uses total, it deals darn near the damage of a spear for Pete's sake. Now, it ain't the most exciting item here today, but it's the idea that matters. The idea that we can upgrade our tools and weapons with other materials if we chose to do so. Oh, and most everything in this mod has a sweet mechanical look to them, and that is quite awesome, and really works in the game, I feel. Cool stuff. What's also cool is that a number of these new crafts actually use trinkets in their recipes, something I feel could really spice things up, even in the base game. The gear torch is one of those crafts, and with a single light bulb, a frazzled wire, and 4 twigs, you can have yourself a unique light item that is just a tad better than a torch in terms of light, but also can bonk enemies on the head for 20 damage a hit. Truly not bad. However, it cannot be refueled, so it's a good thing it has 3 days of durability when held. Not only that though, it can be dropped to the ground and turned on or off at will, which is always lovely. You just gotta like its thrown together look to it as well. You know, taking a look at our next weapon, the Gear Mace here, has got me thinking. How did we not already have just like a wooden mace in this game already? As primitive as that would be, there really ain't nothing primitive about this thing. Not only does it look very cool, it is also a modded weapon that isn't stupidly powerful. In fact, it really ain't that strong at all at the end of the day, at only 40 damage a hit. It does have the respectable 130 uses total, however, I just respect the weapon way more for just being tame. It makes me actually want to use it more because of that. So it's a good thing that there's more to it. The Gear Mace can also couple as a hammer if you wish. Again, not overly extravagant, but that is what makes these tools and weapons really promising. I like the ideas behind them. Oh, and if that wasn't enough, once the Gear Mace actually breaks, it will return 2 to 3 gears to your inventory to boot. Lovely. And tasty, depending on who you ask. Next up is the Gear Hat, essentially just a slightly beefed up steampunk version of the top hat, which I suppose is very appropriate. This version of the top hat lasts 30% longer than a normal noggin topper and restores up to 6 sanity per minute as opposed to the typical 3.3 sanity gain. And by the by, the insulation 20 thing may just be a translation error, as top hats usually provide 20% wetness protection. So I'm just guessing that's what this means. Or maybe not, and it actually does insulate against the cold, which would be pretty abysmal at only 20, but it is unique. Just have fun looking mighty fine is all. And gosh darn, the aesthetics of this mod are just off the charts. But now it's time to get a little out there with the Plague Doctor Mask. For what this thing does, I would probably make it a bit harder to make, but what exactly does it do? Well, the mask will drain our sanities by 6 per minute when worn. However, a small health regen is our actual benefit because of that. Now that might sound pretty strong, but a +1 health every 3 seconds is is not nearly as strong as it sounds. No idea what that plus 12.5 sanity aura component is supposed to mean, but I do know that I like the way the mask is a bit off-putting when you look at it, and how it captures that very good bird look of the craft itself from certain angles. Good looking stuff. Oh, the gear stove. Such an interesting concept, and yet another craft in need of a special trinket in order to craft it to begin with. The gear stove not only provides light when worn, it actually heats you up in the process. Both the light and heat thrown are pretty darn good. However, the thing does slow you down by 20% overall, and it takes up your armor slot. So be mindful there. We can't cook on it, unfortunately, which really would have been the cherry on top. However, it is refuelable via most anything out there, similar to campfires and all that nonsense. The gear stove. Interesting concept for sure. But let's stick to the heat for a moment, with the clever craft for a steampunk welding mask, a beekeeper's hat, gears, and chunks of marble. Certainly not a craft that you see every day. So, what's it do? Well, it's a welder's mask, so fire protection is paramount. While wearing the gear helmet, fire damage drops from 4.3 health per second to a mere 1.1. A massive decrease. Not only that, expect a teensy tiny plus 1.2 sanity per minute gain while wearing it to boot. But the gear helmet is also helmet armor too. It has a durability of 420, which ain't great, but protects up to 85% of damage, which is really great actually. Fun stuff, but watch that speed decrease while you have it on too. Ah, the gear wings. Likely the one item to slightly disappoint in this whole mod. That said, gotta commend the unique craft regardless. All the wings do, though, is increase your movement speed by 15%, which could serve well, yes, but considering the rarity of the craft and the fact that you need a shadow manipulator to even craft it to begin with, I expected way more. But hey, once again, the look of these items are top-notch. But here's where the mod gets really interesting. The introduction of steampunk robotic spider companions. The WS-01 here is our first friend, and they've got 600 health, deal 40 damage, are forever loyal to those who craft them, have a small health regeneration at play, and supposedly loves someone or something. Pretty neat. What's also neat is how they implemented WX-78's sparking mechanic into the robot spiders themselves. When it's raining, or even just wet on the ground, not only will the health regen mechanic not work, the followers lose health just like WX would. Appropriate. That said, we can choose to heal them ourselves via frazzled wires, gears, the rocket trinket, or even the robot trinket too. Very nice. Yes, you can have more than one, and they will fight right alongside you. So have fun creating your very own mechanical spider armies. And perhaps you'll even invest in some heavier cavalry along the way. The WS-03 is the upgraded version of our previous companion, and works very similar in regards to health regeneration, the sparking mechanic, combat, etc. That said, the WS-03 boasts 2,400 health, attacks very quickly, and deals 120 damage per each attack. Definitely one of the more powerful companions out there, and definitely the beefiest. But let's say our friend does die. What then? Well, not only will it drop 3 to 4 gears for us, it will spawn 5 to 6 WS-01s instantly, all of which will be immediately loyal to you. Very cool, and have fun. Couple last notes here though. The WS-03 will also drop a gear every 1.5 days while you're just roaming about, which is lovely. And our giant robot spider friend will take part in chopping some trees with us to boot. Great stuff. But finally, those surprises I mentioned at the start of the video here. Burrs. These little guys are waiting in trees, boulders, and structures, and have a small chance to spawn from all of them. They do nothing but roam about emitting light, of course, and occasionally dropping a light bulb if you choose to murder them, but they are really cool looking nonetheless. I like them a lot. And there you have it, everyone. Steampunk DST, a stellar mod that adds quite a lot and covers plenty of bases, all the while not being overwhelming or overly powerful. Plus, the crafts are not as easy to get, so it kind of gives you a sense of progression. Well done, Star and Hast. Well done. Thanks for watching, folks. Well wishes to all, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.